Well, Nigerians will not only choose the president on Saturday, but senators and members of the House of Representatives. We are now joined by one of those hopefuls, Anthony Ezekwugo. He's the senatorial candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, otherwise known as APGA. Thank you so much for joining us on the news tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Campaigns are rounding off. How would you say you've fared so far? What has your message to the people of Abuja been? Because I know that's what you're running for, right?
Yeah. Actually, I'm surprised at this one. Most of my friends normally call me now the incoming senator for FCT.
Everybody's incoming. Everybody.
Yeah, I know. But due to the large number of places that we've covered, the markets, the churches, the town unions, and we've had serious coverage, and everybody is out this time to vote because of the heightened insecurity, the heightened corruption, the nothing moving in the country. Everybody wants to vote this time around. And for them coming out to vote this time around, they want to have people with dynamism, people with competence that are going to make effective change in this new 2023 election. And I am very, very positive that will come out.
How cosmopolitan would you describe the Federal Capital Territory when you still have the indigenous population here, and it's one of them, Senator Aduda, that's been in the Senate now for 8 years. Do you think the demography would allow a shift in the political equation of the Federal Capital Territory?
Yeah, actually there shouldn't be anything like the indigens, if you ask me. Because Abuja is meant to be a conglomerate of the 36 states of Nigeria, where each state should have equal rights. So there's nothing like indigen, if you ask me. In the actual sense, I read from one of the books that most of the so-called indigens were relocated to Kaduna, to Jos, to Niger State, and then to Nasarawa. So here is meant to be where the 30 states should conglomerate, do their business, and then have equal rights. And I, as a tax-paying indigene of FCT, is entitled also by the Constitution to run. And I believe that with the high number of people that are dissatisfied with the incumbent senator, that they want to have a change this time around.
Every election cycle, we hear about citizens who are unsatisfied with the status quo. And then we have, in this case, in this instance, the same candidates emerging as winners and representing the same people. So you begin to wonder, is this unsatisfaction of the people something made up? What's the correlation between people not being satisfied and people re-electing the same sets of people?
This one.
Have you been able to come to a conclusion and understanding of why that is happening?
Yeah, let me give you some instances at this one. During those elections, there was no beavers. Now there is beavers. Let me give you cite an instance. In Buhari Area Council, there's a ward with the heightened people that came out to vote. The ward has 5,011 registered voters. It's a ward. Buhari has 10 wards that make up the Buhari Area Council. Now they have 5,011 registered voters. But someone pulled 21,750 in 2019 from this same ward. So it means when the ward had like 4,000 or 3,000 registered voters, he pulled 21,750. With the beavers. Overvoting, yes. With beavers, we can't have this again. So all those anomalies, the beavers is going to arrest every one of them and allow the true mandate of the people, the true choices to be reflected in this election.
When you look at the Federal Capital Territory, I mean, you still find what the residents call lungus, that is slums here and there, a lot of underdevelopment apart from the metropolis like Maitama, where Adesua lives, and Nasokoro, and a few other places.
Where he lives.
And the infrastructural development is where they are. They've deteriorated very badly, and a lot of inadequacies in that area. You go to far-flung areas like Wagwala and the rest. What kind of regeneration or rejuvenation are you going to bring?
Since the two of you are living in the Highbrow, I come from the
I don't live there. I don't know what I'm talking about. Disclaimer.
I come from the Lungu, and that's one of the reasons why I came out. I keep telling people I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman that wants to do politics, to bring change. Because whatever we say from the outside without having effective change from the inside is noise making as far as I'm concerned. For you to have an effective change, you have to be from within the inside. That's actually why I'm coming, to change those lungus and give them a facelift. I don't see the reason why someone in Kwale and Abaji should be coming to AMAC to access medical care. You understand? The last time I was here, I told you that I was in Abaji and Kwale, and then I realized that the kids were sitting on top of blocks to attend classes. The roofs were all leaking, and yet you say you have a senator representing FCT. So I decided that no, we must have an effective change and level ground coverage for the whole of FCT.
What would be your priority? Because I want to believe you've had interaction with the people like you've said. What do they tell you? What's the priority? Is it your program for them, or what they want from you should you emerge as a representative?
Yeah, most of the markets where I was going to, how I normally approach them, that I tell them that we are sure we're going to win this election, tell us the challenges you're having so that we'll know when we're getting what we're going to face. And then I realized, like I went to Gidam Mangaro market, they were relocated in 2014 to that place. The place is a bush completely, where they sell timber shed. There's no road, there's no electricity, there's no toilets, there's no water. They were all doing all those things by themselves. So I asked, how do you want us to come in when I become senator of FCT? They said they need good roads, they need lights, solar powered lights, they need water. I said, okay, because my own is to know the challenges that people are having. And since we've been to most of the markets here in FCT, whom are predominantly non-indigenous, as you people say it, and we've ascertained areas, it differs by market. Like when we went to Kado Fish Market, they don't have electricity. So most of their wares get spoiled. You understand? Those are the things I said, okay, when we come in, we'll sit down with the minister who is the administrative head of FCT and fashion out how each market should have a tailor-made answers to most of the problems that they're having.
Tailor-made answers. Well, we're going to see how that really gels, particularly, you know, in this cash squeeze that we're having and the paucity too in the economy and the rest. But let's thank our guest, the senatorial candidate
of
APGA in the Federal Capital Territory, Anthony Ezekwugo.
Thank you
very much for coming.